Welcome to Color with Purpose. On today's episode, me and TT, we're going to talk about Monique Samuels. She was on an interview and she gave her narrative on why her and her husband decided to not return on Love and Marriage DC Season 2. So take a moment to listen to the inserts of this interview from Monique Samuels.
Chris and I were actually planning to be a part of the season. And, we actually wanted to show how we were navigating our marriage issues. And because we know a lot of people can relate to that, we did our initial production meeting, had a house together, kids' hair laid, glam on standby, all of that. But the main reason we didn't start filming was because of contract issues. So God works in mysterious ways, because how convenient was it that this whole divorce narrative was put out there? But the fact that Chris and I, even to this day, we never even started filming and nobody knew. That wasn't leaked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just makes me wonder who leaked that narrative. But anyway, the only reason that there was even speculation, like you said, is because they saw this trailer and they were like, wait, where y'all at? So yes, it is true. Chris and I will not be returning.
Okay.
At this point, I think we're done with reality TV. Honestly, I'm just at a place in my life where I will never again allow myself to be devalued. The contract has to make sense for me. And when I'm filming, I'm giving my all. So if you want all of me, you got to make sure that paperwork is straight.
Absolutely.
So, no hard feelings. Business is business, and I don't care what anybody has to say about it. But as always, the show will go on. So shout out to the Tylers and the Silvers. They're going to hold it down. So make sure y'all watch Love and Marriage DC this January. Continue to support them. They are DMV. They are local. They are doing their thing. I love them. But yes, Chris and I, the Samuels, we will not be back.
Wow. So no more reality TV.
No, I think I'm done. I think I'm good. It takes a lot of bravery to be able to put yourself back out there after you've done it before. But then you also have to be smart about it and just know when it's like, you know what, maybe this isn't for us anymore. I'm in a different space in life. And, like I said, business is business. That paperwork got to be straight. And it was crooked. So I said, I'm out.
I know that's right. Well, if you want to keep up with Monique, you just got to turn them radios up now.
Listen, and catch the real Monique here,
right,
always.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. And I love y'all.
Yeah,
Good morning show. I love y'all.
Yeah, the real petty Monique. And another thing, too.
Yeah, and the troll Todd B. That's who he is.
But another thing, too, I think is good, too, is that you all have been hanging out, like you and some of the cast members. So it's all good. If people want to have any speculation about how y'all are doing it, no, all you got to do is follow the Instagram. Y'all are hanging out, partying with each other. Y'all just celebrated Tasha's birthday. So It's all good.
Yep, and I actually saw Carlos King at Portia's wedding at the Nigerian ceremony, and I was able to see him, and me and him have talked, and, it is what it is. So there's no hard feelings, and I have nothing negative to say about anybody. It's just, it is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you for the tea.
Right, there you have it. There you.
Yes.
Basically, Monique Samuel's narrative is not about their marriage. She said she don't know who put that narrative out there,
right?
But she said the coins wasn't adding up.
Them coins, bruh. Them coins.
The contract was crooked.
Turn to the left.
She said the contract was crooked, and she said in order for me to put my time, because I already know what I bring to the table, because she said I give my all.
She give it all. Okay.
So she said in order for me to put my time in,
and I'm balling every time I stop.
I got to make sure those coins are right.
Okay, all them coins.
So what's your thoughts?
My thoughts is I am happy and relieved that this is what's going on. After for one, it was disappointing for me to hear any news about them having a separation or a divorce, because they were like my favorite couple anyways. So I am happy to know that this is the situation. Yes, we already know, just like any marriage, there are challenges and problems and all of the things that is going on in marriages. And she even shared the issues and the quarrels that they had going on. And so it was easy for whomever to leak that they were getting a divorce, because it kind of could have go along with what she was sharing and, what have you. But I am very, very, very happy to know that my girl is bowing out gracefully like she always does. And there's so much big things going. And I mean, for her to be able to share that information on her own radio station that she works at anyways, it just speaks to like where she's grown to. You know, like she's not there anymore. And I feel like reality TV is a stepping stone for a lot of people. I think that once you've came into the space and then you've gotten those different relationships and, you know, people are sharing the coins and the numbers and you know what the wording and the verbiage is looking like. You know, when you're able to break that down with people who have history within the reality space, and clearly she has relationships with other people such as Portia, who also decided to leave reality TV, you know, and she didn't go back because the coins was not looking right. Okay. It's the coins, honey. It's all about the coins. Nobody's going to sit there and exploit themselves and subject themselves, their marriage, their children to these trolls of people and entertaining the world for less than what they're worth. That's all.
Yeah. I don't disagree with not one word you said, TT. I think at the end of the day, it is a relief to find out that it has nothing to do with their marriage. And she's saying, and this is her. This is from coming out of Monique's mouth. Mm-hmm. And she's speaking, I'm quite sure she's speaking on behalf of her husband, is that the money wasn't right. And, you know, I think it's a priceless thing when you know what you bring to the table and you know your value.
Okay.
And I think when you know your value, obviously, you know, Monique and Chris Samuels are not hurting for money
at all.
So this is not something that they are relying on to pay their bills. So this is something that they're doing for their leisure, but they're now saying that we are seasoned. You know, we know what we bring to the table and, you know, we are the leading cast. Yep. So if you're not willing to pay us and I'm going to put 110% in, and we looking at the contract and we're like, she said this word when she said, you will not devalue me.
Not to see the devalue. If everybody went off of that same thought process, we would all be much further in life. We would not be subjecting ourselves to a lot of bullshit, right? We would not be embarrassing ourselves. Our lives and marriages falling apart over BS. But it also just speaks to the foundation that they have. It speaks to the partnership that they have. Because I think that a lot of people are confused about marriage just being about love. And it's way more than just love. It's a partnership.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, they're losing, you know, Love and Marriage DC is losing a power couple.
Yes, they should have came up with them dollars, okay?
You know, sometimes you got to look at the pros and cons, and I feel, from my opinion, is that the Samuels brings out more pros than cons to the reality show.
Yes.
And, you know, Monique went on and said in the interview that, hey, y'all still watch it. She still supported because she has friends that's still on the show, and she wants them, you know, to continue to get their money and get that viewership up. At the end of the day, though, they're losing a very powerful married couple that brings substance. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show you, when you know the work that you done put in and you know your value that you bring to the table, never allow anyone to shortcut you or devalue you on what you feel you're worth.
And it's also important to pay attention to the signs.
That's true.
When it's time for you to exit. Because it brings me back to when Monique first left Real Housewives of Potomac and how she was very dead set on not returning back to reality TV. And how she knew that wasn't a good space for her nor her family and her marriage, right? And she gave it another go. And she got burnt again. She came and yes, she opened up an opportunity for her friends to have a show. Yeah, she gathered them together, but just like they started the rumor that they had on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm not going to repeat that because I feel like it's a bunch of BS, right? But then they came up with this new rumor of her getting a divorce, and she said she doesn't even know who leaked that, right? So when you think about you, like you said, she said, giving her all, bringing value, showing a real couple who has real success, right? On the show, a Black powerful couple, being authentic, not trying to exploit either one of them, not trying to disrespect, but just be as honest as possible without letting people have too much fingers and toes in your marriage, right? She came back and she subjected herself and her marriage to this reality TV space. And she said that she wasn't going to do that before. And guess what happened? She got burnt. So I feel like there was a discussion that was had between Chris and Monique and saying, look, time up on the bullshit. Time up on these people throwing unnecessary rumors at our marriage. Because let me tell you, out of sight, out of mind, ain't nobody going to be thinking about making up and creating foolish rumors about them when they're out of the TV space. You know, they're still making major moves off screen. But when you're not in front of the TV and where people are wishing they were you or trying to pick and find something, you're not going to have to worry about these rumors that just are ridiculous. Here they are now at Portia's wedding, and Chris like half the person he was. So clearly they've been working on something. She been working out, so he started working out together. It looked like they got to the depth of wherever she was trying to go, and they look like they might be one again. And I'm happy about that. And sometimes the shit got to be done off screen. It got to be done behind the scenes. And it's good that they had the foundation, because I do believe her being on reality TV did assist in her getting this job on the radio station. So that was a good thing. Right. It did allow her to start her various businesses with essential oils, with her having her YouTube channel and all of the other things that she's actually doing. But yeah, it's time to go, sis. I appreciate you knowing when to exit left.
Yeah. So y'all do us a favor, ladies and gents. Now our Cuddle with Purpose tribe, we appreciate each and every one of you for supporting us. You can actually follow us on Apple and Spotify and all other podcast platforms. Hit that subscribe, follow button so that way you can get notified. You can also go and follow us on our YouTube channel, Cuddle with Purpose. Hit that like button, comment on our videos, and also subscribe and hit that bell notification so that way you can get updated of new content we're going to be having coming your way. So what are y'all thoughts? Tell us, do you believe Monique Samuels and when she said that, you know what, someone is putting out a false narrative about our marriage? We just did not decide to get on Love and Marriage DC because the contract wasn't right. It was crooked. In order for us to proceed, you are not going to devalue us. You're going to pay us what we're worth.
Okay.
Hey, that concludes our episode. Y'all take care and be blessed.
Be blessed.